With everybody's main focus being on the new gun, helmets and collision adjustments, it's possible that a few of the new useful changes have just passed you by. But here I'll go through some of the best changes that you definitely need to know about, so you can rain down hell on that 11-year-old freshie who just wanted to make a friend. If you liked the video, please leave a like or a subscribe, it really helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Where the hell have I spawned? God, I hope this isn't the new map. Starting off simple, mag-fed guns can now spawn with a round chamber. This means it will be harder to detect if a gun has been left by a player or just spawned in naturally, because now both can be chambered. This is also useful if you need a quick gun. You can find it and fire it immediately, leaving them with more cuts than an emo kid. The police clothing and tracksuit now offer more insulation, or at least rebalanced. This is worth noting because they're good early game clothes. Plentiful and easy to find, and having any advantage to avoid colds at the early stages is an absolute bonus. The top and bottoms now have equal insulation, so you no longer have to shake more rapidly than a newborn who just won't sleep. The blowtorch is now more useful. The great helmet, chest plate, tripod and barrel can now be repaired with a blowtorch. This adds a layer of sustainability to some of the game's robust equipment and helps base building too, because now we can repair more potential base storage and blow a tripod. The OKZK caps are not only good for making your political opposition disappear, but because of a surprising and somewhat interesting change, it now offers a basic chemical protection. This is probably the smallest change on the list, but if you have enough pieces of clothing with a chemical protection rating, in theory you should have a tiny bit more time than the other guy to escape a surprise gas attack. In theory. Now everybody knows about the new gun, but did you know its magazine can be used in the VSS and SVAL, enabling the VSS to fire 30 silent shots. 939 is not the most common ammo, so finding a half-filled 939 mag has a potential to make or break a build. And speaking of guns, the Viagra fire rate and recoil has been adjusted. The renowned Vagina shotgun experienced a reduction in its fire rate, alongside a slight decrease in recoil. This might seem like a nerf, but it actually balances quite well and allows quick annihilation of anyone brave enough to embrace the spread. Next, the airfield looks to have changed a little. One of the more noticeable changes that doesn't seem to be in the patch notes is there are no longer airdrops in the center of the runway. This lowers the potential loot of this spot by quite a bit and sort of makes it too much of a risk to visit, given you have to cross a lot of open area to reach it. It still looks cool though. Enhanced pistol suppressor. The silencing effect of pistol suppressors received a significant boost, making stealth approaches with pistols way more viable, but only with the infected. This subtle change makes guns like the Mark II even more powerful and useful when clearing out towns, because the infected just can't hear you, which can also be affected by the next thing. The infected stay alerted for much longer. There is a period in time where if the infected have been alerted, then they see you, they'll just charge and hit without delay. This can be frustrating as they can easily alert others around them, causing a cloud of undead to beat on you like you owed them some money. This time has now been extended, meaning you need more time away before they reset to calm. One I have to mention for the stealthers out there, crafting sounds have been updated. This affects several items and is not lesser known really, but it's important to remember, because it could have implications for stealth gameplay, forcing players to be more mindful of their surroundings when they now craft, with gameplay sounds often being audible through walls. Next, rebalanced weight for tools and melee weapons. A rather significant reevaluation of the weight of tools and melee weapons has been implemented, affecting weight and having a fairly decent impact on players' inventory management strategies. This is definitely something you should take a note of from now on, but for 15 things you might not have known that were already changed, click here, or for something else, click here. And as always, until next time.